it's NFL season. We have an NFL team. So at some point, you got to talk about it. And it's funny, too, so we get these updates of viewerships and listeners and all that kind of stuff, and people are feeling it about the Michigan stuff, and the numbers are high, and winning's been good for business for us and everything like that. And then you talk about the Lions, and some people just fall out, man. They just do, and I think that plays a part in the reason why everybody's so on one about Michigan. Like what I talked about yesterday, D-Mac and Joique, you can tap in on this too. Mm-hmm. The Michigan stuff is even hyped and heightened further because of how dry it's been from a sports perspective around here. There's finally something to grab onto.
I mean, no one wants to be associated. This is just fans. They want to be associated with the winner, right? And even though we're all Lions fans, we don't have too much to celebrate right now. And so even when I'm having conversations in the gym with people who, the Lions are, they're trash. Well, I'm in a barbershop getting a lineup, and the Lions they're terrible. We're never going to be good. And I'm saying, no, just give it about 2 years. Give it about 2 years. 2 more draft classes.
2023.
Right, 2023. We get, we have some money freed up from the salary cap. We can go out there. We can get some free agents. And the thing is, when we go out here to go recruit these free agents, we'll make them want to come here to Detroit. Right? What's going to appease them to come here? And that's when, they
unlimited use of a private jet.
Give him the PJ. Give him the PJ. And so we can go out there and the money, everyone has a number. Now we'll have money to play with to go out here and get these type of guys. But right now, we just don't have the money. We just don't.
And it ain't coming anytime soon. But it's an opportunity too. Sorry, can you give me a D-Max 2023 tracker real quick? There it is. Give
it a point. There you go. That's never been more true.
We're at the third poll already.
And that's the elephant in the room. The effort of the guys isn't there, whether it's lack of talent, but oh my God, come on, man! Like the coaching, you can't even coach at this level with the timeouts and taking it away and this and that, and that's the most frustrating thing. Because if I saw improvement with clock management and stuff like that, I love the rah and the guys play hard for them and stuff like this. But you know what? This is the NFL. This ain't Pop Warner. So the fact is, they got to figure it out. But I mean, I asked you that. Didn't I ask this about a month ago or 6 weeks ago? Is that how do you learn clock management in the NFL? And you told me Madden.
That's how I learned it.
No, I understand that. But I mean, it seems like Dan Campbell hasn't even learned it from that, right? I mean, and it's rules and it's how to, Terry talked about it yesterday about not allowing them to score, not knowing, the difference. I thought it was a great point. One of the guys in Tennessee, Mike Vrabel, right, is a great clock manager, right? This is what makes the guys elite. So I don't know how you teach somebody that, but that's the big miss. And then, I don't know, when you don't have offensive play calling experience and then you take it away from a guy, that's just not a good look also, too, and when you're trying to rebuild. So,
well, people ask Dan Campbell about it and some of the struggles and things like that. And I think it's telling, we talked about we're 11 through 34. So we are at the third poll right now. And I told you guys that, you see it right over my shoulder there if you're watching on YouTube. I told you guys it was going to move quick. And you know what? In 6 weeks, we're going to be halfway through. We are. True. In 6 weeks, we're going to be halfway through. But Joique, and I'm going to get your take after we listen to this Dan Campbell sound, because I had this conversation with D-Mac yesterday, and I'm getting worried, man. I am. I'm getting worried, and I'll explain further. But Sawyer, hit him with the Dan Campbell sound.
Yeah, I'm not aware, just because I don't read that. I don't read good or bad, because I think it'll sway you one way or another if you're not careful, and neither one of them is good. I think just to stay just in where you feel, what you see, what your team tells you, what your coach is, just kind of living in this world, if you will. Now, that being said, I get plenty of, it's almost like I get the text and I get the calls, hey man, hang in there, hey, blah, 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 and so it's like the more that I get, the more I know there's chatter. I know there's chatter out there. Otherwise, I wouldn't be getting all these calls out of the blue or these texts. So, I know that. And look, as far as being warranted, when you don't win a game, I should be getting criticized. I don't blame anybody for that. That's the reality of it right now. and I would love to be able to say there's something I can tell everybody that's going to make everybody feel better. But as you guys know, it's about winning, and we haven't done that yet.
And that was Dan Campbell talking about some of the criticism that he has been taken. And Jen Reid 77 says DMAC has a good point. There's no substantial improvement from the Lions. It's only getting worse. So Joique, that's my question to you.
It's not getting worse.
Break it down for me, Joique.
Like, what are we looking at? Are we just looking at the win-loss column, or is that what we're doing? Because
we're looking at execution. We're looking at how it's done. We're looking at.
This is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at games last year when we had Matt Patricia against a Tampa Bay when we just got humiliated, and I'm looking at a game against the Bengals where we got humiliated as far as the score. But if you look at it, we just don't have the players that have the ability to make plays because they're in the right position. They're in the right position. They're just not making plays. The game against the Steelers, they're in the right position. They're just not making plays. The game against the Browns, they're in position, but they're not making plays. It's not a coaching error, right? It's not just coaching. It's players too. And if we can sit here and look and watch these games and watch these defensive players drop picks, miss tackles, take bad angles, right? If you look at the offense, throwing picks, not having a passing game, we don't have the receiver core yet that we need. But you look at our run game, and when Taylor Decker comes back, we go from not having a run game to now we're putting up 200-yard rushing in the game. And these are the things we need to be looking at as fans, not just the win-loss column. Yes, he might have used 2 timeouts, but from my understanding, they had a miscommunication out there where half the defense had one thing going on and the other side had a whole nother call. And so we want to give him a touchdown. We burn another timeout.
Should have gave him a touchdown because it's the only way that you could tie the game. You got to, like we mentioned that yesterday. That's clock. I think the frustrating thing is we see.
But it's not him, though. When you're out there on the field, you have someone else out there with you that's helping you manage the clock as well. It's not just you because you're trying to play you got to call the call. You got to see what type of defense that they play. You got to know what they're in. It's a lot of stuff going on. You usually have a guy in your ear on the side of you letting you know the time so you can keep track of it. So it's not just him by himself, but he's the head coach, so it's going to fall on him. So take it.
His flow's wrong. Right, who he's got in the communication is wrong because it's not working. And what I like about Dan Campbell is he's going to step in front of the grenade and he's going to take every criticism because that's the type of guy he is, a stand-up guy. And I see it. I mentioned it before, but you can see the losing wearing him down and trying to stay as positive as he can. They don't have the luxury to not coach at the optimal level to win a game in this league. When they make it easier on the other team, which they have, and it's, to me, Joique, it's more of the clock management. It's more of the 3rd and 32 draw plays. It's more of not biting knee.
Why is he doing that? Why is he doing that?
Listen, as a fan, you're telling me as a player, and I believe you, the fact it's not as bad from a player's perspective that the coaches, you're saying they're not doing as bad of a job. They're putting guys in the right spot. The guys aren't executing, which I'm saying that's fine. But at the end of the day, right, when it comes down to clock management, that's on the head coach. We see the best in the league. I mentioned Mike Vrabel. You see guys use it to their advantage. It is such a disadvantage to us right now, and I hope that improves. If that improves, hopefully guys start catching the football. Hopefully they start playing better because there are some bright spots.
There are bright spots.
And you're telling me that guys, it's like me talking wings, okay? Where I say, no, they're further along than you think. Like, we can see this, that they're building, but it's the ebbs and flows, right? The ups and downs we mentioned. So here, when you say this, that you're watching, you're saying it's more of them executing the game plan because what you see is guys are there, they're just not making NFL plays.
I'm going to tell you right now, if you look at this team, and this is at the beginning of the year, I said, I like this coach. I like this coaching staff. I like what they were doing. Through all the losses, for people who say that that this guy, that Dan Campbell, is a one-and-done coach, just you guys don't know this industry. You guys don't know this. You don't know.
He's got a 6-year contract, man. He ain't going nowhere this year. Get that out of your mind.
So get that out your head. The thing that I look at, and the thing that people have to really get in their head is don't look at the win-loss column. Look at the players on that field. these guys don't have a shot at the playoffs. Not a shot, right? They don't have a shot. But every week they're going out there and laying everything out on the line for this man. Because they have nothing else to play for except for their contract, which they're not winning. So there's no telling if they're going to be here next year or not. But these guys are going out week in and week out and playing for this man. That's what I'm looking at. And as long as you have that effort with this coach, if you have this effort, if you are going out there week in, week out, and you're not laying over like the Jets, he's not going anywhere. They just need to get more talent in here, and then you will see the turnaround. And then when you start seeing the turnaround, other people will start coming in and say, you know what? Not too bad.
And there are some comments in the YouTube chat thread that when we come back, I'm going to get to. And to me, it's pretty simple, D-Mac.